Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Marvelous Marva, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I have assigned myself to do something that is terribly uncomfortable. My heart's racing as I'm saying it, and normally I would run from this, but with all of the shadow work that I've been doing and all of the clearing that's been happening within our bodies, it's like while I was getting dressed, it was happening in the mirror. And I was like, I don't really want to talk about this. I was like, what is my point of sharing something that is private to me? What is the point? Yeah, I don't have to share it. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to do anything about it. I could just keep this for myself. But what has been happening for the longest is that I've been battling internally with myself for decades. I've only been alive for 43 years, so not that many decades, but decades. I said, yeah, I could just not say anything and just leave it at that and just continue to do what I do. And this morning, as I was doing my thing that I enjoy doing, I was like, I have to let go of shame. Like, I have shame inside. That's what this has been. Like, I feel embarrassed. I was like, man, maybe if I wait until I'm like in my 50s, then it'll be okay. I'm super nervous. Like normally I can just talk, but I'm super nervous. So yeah, I was like, yeah, maybe if I wait until I'm in my 50s, then it would be better, because then no one could tell me what to do. But then I stopped and I heard in my head, wouldn't it be cool to just do it now? Why wait until you're in your 50s? It's like it might even open up new opportunities for you because you really enjoy it. And also it might help someone else. It's something that is so like normal. So here goes. I made an episode towards the beginning of me starting this podcast that was titled something like, Eventually You'll Want to Quit Smoking Weed and Drinking Excessively. And after I made that episode, I had quit. Well, when I made that episode, I had already quit. Like, I made another episode talking to you guys about how I wanted to find a job at being a lifeguard and I didn't pass the drug test, and how I created that story for myself that I needed to have a job that drug tested me in order for me to feel worthy. Like I needed to have that. I needed to have something like that. It's so weird. It's a weird story. I was quit for a good while, for at least, I think about 8 or 9 months, thinking about like, how long am I gonna have to like not smoke for? Like I really want to smoke. And this is what it is. I've gone back to smoking weed. I I was beating myself up, and I remember telling another friend after we had dinner one evening, I was like, how long do I have to stay like not smoking weed? And we went to a smoke shop, we looked around, but nothing inside of me was like, and in the whole experience, I just felt fear. I felt so afraid. I was like, no, I've quit. As I've started back, I've realized and been able to really look at what was going on. I can't say anything really was going on, to be honest, because throughout, and this is what helped me to come to this realization to go ahead and record this impromptu episode that I'm going to probably just barely edit, maybe to take out some ands and ums, but maybe not. I don't even know. because I really just wanted to be as authentic as this moment is. I almost want to cry. It's like freeing yourself from a box. When I was younger, in my 30s, I would tell people, like people that knew me, they knew I smoked. I raised my kids. I raised two amazing kids. We had pets, we had a house. I've always had my job. I worked at a bank for over almost 12 years consistently. And I smoked all the time, every day. Maybe like sometimes like I would skip a day, but for the most part every day. During that time when I was younger, then I was drinking a lot too. So I've gotten rid of drinking. I haven't been a drinker for well over 4.5 years now. Like I can honestly say that I can go places and have one drink if I'm with others because it's just not something that I like. I tested it. I tested it here recently. It was maybe like 2 months ago. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have my self-care Sunday. On Sundays, I like to do my feet and relax and all of those. Like, I'm going to have my self-care Sunday. I'm going to have some wine. I went to the corner store. I got a bottle of, like a $20 bottle of wine. And I got this wine because it said it was like 0 sugar. So I was like, yeah, because I'm over here trying to work out. And honestly, sugar, before when I was drinking before, that sugar like started to give my body neuropathy. Like I was losing feeling in my fingers. The sugar from the wine because I was drinking it so much. So I got that bottle, brought it home, started doing my toes. I had maybe 2 glasses. I felt like I was gonna die. I felt so dizzy and sick and uncomfortable and not good. And I was like, this is why I only smoke because drinking doesn't make me feel good. Smoking it calms me down. I'm already a hyper person. So I feel like for years I'd say, I don't have anxiety, but I feel like what it does for me is it just balances things. It feels good. I can go without it. I can be in social settings without it. It's not about that. It's just a personal thing. And wow, my body just shifted. I just felt a cool breeze. Yeah, like I was saying, I raised 2 amazing kids, had a whole marriage, was a good daughter. My mom's no longer here. I'm a good friend, a good sister. A good fur baby mom. I have 2 cats. I also have 2 fish. You've never met my fish, but I have 2 fish. I'm going to introduce you to my fish. It's a beta. This is Mr. Sun. I don't know. Yeah, you can see him. He's like a guppy. He's a boy. And then I have a beta fish. He's down there. He's still sleeping. You can barely see him. Mr. Fish. If I feed him, he'll come to the top. I promise you guys, these new shifts that we're getting, it's just like, it's amazing. Do you see Mr. Fish? That's Mr. Fish. He loves his breakfast. And he loves his name. He's just a happy fish. And I realized when I got Mr. Sun, the yellowfish, that Mr. Fish, the beta, likes to eat regular tropical fish food. So yeah, that is how I have been spending my life. Oh, I had so much guilt. I had so much shame. I created so many little mini stories of shame around myself, and it was so dumb. And not that it was dumb. I understand it now. I give myself grace. I needed to go through that in order to get here. Yeah. I would follow like accounts on YouTube. One of them is ☆ Oh my God. I'd follow him on YouTube here and back in the day. And man, it's just something about just smoking a bowl or a joint and zenning out. Just coming back to the plants. Plant medicine is here for a reason. I don't think that this place that we're, inhabiting right now inside of our bodies is just here for us to go to work at some job where we have to get a drug test. But in order for them to say that we're worthy to work there, we have to show that we're completely clean of something that was not even supposed to be illegal. And now that it's completely almost not illegal anymore, they're still having that rule. Sure, I did create more of that story inside of myself, but when I was younger, I would be like, I know one day they're going to make it legal. I just knew it. And it started to happen. I started to see it. If you believe anything about the shift and everything that's going on, you feel it. You know that there's change. You know that there's things that we can't stop anymore. Like some of the small spaces we were able to fit in before, they're too uncomfortable. They are too uncomfortable. This is your sign. This is your sign to release yourself. It's okay. You're okay just as you are. Don't let anyone try to change you. I'm not saying to do things that will hurt yourself. I'm saying to use your own discernment, but don't put yourself in a box. See, that was the anxiety that I was feeling in the beginning. Don't put yourself in a box because you're afraid of what people are going to think. Nobody cares. If I was watching this video that I'm making right now, I would feel the same thing. I'd be like, I smoke too. What is she talking about? I really feel like it's the tourist part of me. I like the hedonistic part of life, the pleasures, the sensual side of life. I love that. Being able to commune with weed makes me happy. Being able to release myself from that box makes me really happy. I was scared people would know because I'm over here, I'm 43 years old. I'm a grandma. My grandkids call me Momo. I have a grandson and a granddaughter. And when we went camping this summer, my kids didn't care that I smoked. I can be myself with them. Real talk, your family, they won't be the one that's going to be there for you forever. Love. But yeah, I could just be myself and say, oh, mom, don't do that. Nothing. They just let me be myself. They're so wonderful. I hope that you have someone out there that loves you the way that my family loves me. I hope that you're able to experience that heart expansion. I hope that if you're new here, watching this for the first time and just meeting me, that you subscribe and you follow my journey because it's wild. I don't know where I'm going next. Like, I just took myself out of a box that I've put myself in for years. An oxymoron is what I called myself for years. I just took myself out that box. But now I feel like clear of that shame. I don't feel embarrassed anymore. And if any opportunities were to come my way for any companies that want me to try any strain out, I'm here for it. My tolerance is very good. It's to the point where, because I'm pretty balanced about it, I actually use it almost just like medicine. It's like in the morning and maybe in the evening, maybe. And I don't know, it works. But when I had my previous channel, I talked about other plant medicines that I did, like mushrooms, LSD. I didn't really talk about LSD, but I did talk about mushrooms, ayahuasca. I talked about that on here, I believe, on this channel. That's the beginning of how I was able to quit, like, just completely let go of that desire to want to drink. Like, after ayahuasca, I didn't want nothing to drink. Before ayahuasca, I was still drinking beers. I just got a divorce, moved into my own apartment with my daughter, and I was buying a six-pack like maybe 2 times a week, and I would have like a couple of beers every night. After ayahuasca, I didn't buy any more beers. It was so good. I felt so good about that because my liver was hurting. My eyes were turning yellow like throughout the years. I told you about the neuropathy from the drinking of the wine. Don't be hard on yourself. Eventually, everything's gonna work out. Eventually, you're gonna unlock yourself and you're going to be at a place where you feel comfort and ease. We're not supposed to be here just doing like a 9 to 5 and trying to, like, just doing a job. We're supposed to be here doing something more, like really being into our experience and enjoying ourselves. We're supposed to enjoy ourselves while we're here. With discernment, you can still be wise. Terrence McKenna, he was taking tons of grams of mushrooms, and in the name of science, I am here for that. I would love to be a part of the community where we're testing things out, like psychedelics, any kind of plants. Like, I don't know, I feel like I've talked a lot. I feel like I've done exactly what I came here to do. I was gonna go do my run. I had it planned out from last night. I was like, we're gonna do our run, then we're gonna come back, shower, record our episode for today, look in our book to see what titles we wrote down. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this episode. And then we're going to do our yoga. We're gonna create our TikToks and post them. And then we're gonna go to work. We're gonna do all these things. When you are living in flow and when you let go and get out of your own way, like, I was in my way before. I feel so good. I tell you, there's a breeze that's blowing. I don't know. It's not just the AC. I feel like before my heart felt heavy and tight, and now it feels open and expanded. Mask off. So, with that being said, subscribe to my channel for more videos, more episodes like this, for my fitness journey, just for me, period. And wherever you are, whether it is morning, noon, or night, have a good one until next time. And Marva, side note, I am so proud of you.